Good morning, 4th grade. This is Miss Crane's math class, Fractions in Problem, and you're doing page 257, 258 today. So let's find your page and let's read the story problem on your work page. Problem 1. Grandfather gave one package of cookies to his 6 grandchildren. The package contained 24 cookies. He told them to share the cookies equally. I boxed 6 children, so you know you're dealing with that number. I circled 24 cookies because that many cookies he made, and then I underlined twice share and equally because they're important words. Now look at the question. Number 1. How many cookies were in the package? 24. How many children are sharing the cookies? Find it in the problem. 6 grandchildren. Okay. Into how many sets of equal amount should the 24 cookies be distributed? So you have to distribute that 24 cookies in 6 children. So 6 grandchildren are sharing 24 cookies equally. So the cookies has to be divided into 6 equal parts. And I did, if you go over here, I made these 24 cookies. You draw pictures, it will help you. See, I made circles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then I made 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So if you do that way, if you make sets of 6, then if you see in sets of 6, how many in each numerator, it will be 4. So 24 divided by 6 is equal to 4. So sets are 6, but selected is 4. So drawing pictures do help. Let's go back to the story problem, and the question is, what fractional part shows 6 equal parts in one whole? 6th. How many sixths of the package of cookies with each grandchildren get? 1/6. So now if you look at your work page, number 1, question. Read the question as I read it aloud. What fraction of the package which each child received? 1. So you'll write the answer 1/6. In fractions, we add th to the denominator and we say 6th. Okay, number 2. How many cookies with each child receive? So altogether you have 24, so you have to divide it into 6. Remember the picture I made with circles? You can do that way, or you can use division and divide 24 divided by 6, or how many times 6 gives you 24. That's 4 times 6 gives me 24. So 24 divided by 6 equal 4 cookies. Did everybody understand? Now number 3, the first day the children ate half of the 24 cookies. How many cookies did they eat that day? So how many cookies did they eat on the first day? What is half of 24? And that is your number 3 answer, and you have to write it into a sentence format, equation formats. Number 3 on page 257, half of 24 equal 24 divided by 2 is 12 cookies. Please you picture your problem or draw pictures. So here I drew 12 cookies, that is half of 24. Okay, half of 24 is 12 cookies, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. So you can use mentally figure it out, or you can draw a picture visual, or you can use your intelligence, kinesthetic or cognitive way and figure it out. 24 divided by 2 is equal to 12 cookies, or 24 divided by 6 is 4 cookies. Okay, and that was the picture I showed you before. Now we're going on to 257, story problem number 2. It says, Charlotte had a ribbon that was 48 inches long. She used 1/4 of the ribbon for a bow. She used 1/3 of the ribbon for a craft project. Boys and girls, when you see two things are asked, it's always nice to slow down and look at the first part. Charlotte had a ribbon that was 48 inches long. So I drew over here a 48-inch long line. I used my yardstick and I made 1, 2, 3. I used a 36 and I added 12 more. That made it 48. Now what is 1/4 of 48? 48 divided by 4 equal 12. So I divided 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. Gives me 48. And here I divided it too. So what is 1/4 of 48? 1/4 of 48 is 12. Now the next part, it says she used 1/3 of the ribbon for a craft project. And then I drew another line of 48, and here I divided 48 divided by 3, and I got 16 inches. So you can divide that line, you can draw a line and divide it. Now sometimes it helps your mind to picture it, and when you engage your hand and mind together, it brings better results. So draw pictures and don't be nervous, and it builds confidence when you draw pictures. Okay, let's go on to number 4 on page 257. Number 4, how many inches did she use for her bow? 1/4 of 48. 48 divided by 4 is 12 inches. That's what you will write in number 4, the whole big equation. Number 5, how many inches did she use for her craft project? 1/3 of 48 equal 48 divided by 3 is equal 16 inches. You can write inches in words, or you can use a symbol. Two apostrophes or quotation mark or dashes on the top stands for inches. Okay, let's go on number 6. How much ribbon was left after she made the bow and the craft project? So 12 inches first plus 16 inches next equal 28, and I used a semicolon. 48 minus 28. Semicolon is always used they are related to each other. It's a bigger comma. Equal 20 inches. Using this method, please do 7, 8, and 9. Read and draw, and I will answer questions at the Zoom. Now, doing to page 258. What do you think it means to double a recipe? Double a recipe means to make twice the recipe. So like if mom is making cookies for dad and then she decides to make for dad too, that means then she has to make it double. Use the recipe twice. Okay, so let's go on to the recipe that is shown on page 258. The mix-up cereal recipe. Mix-up cereal is number 1 is rice cereal squares, number 2 is raisin squares, number 3 is chocolate chips, number 4 it's pretzels. And the next box it shows recipe for 1 serving, 2.5, and for double recipe you have to double 2.5. That means 2.5 plus 2.5. 2 plus 2 will give you 4, and half plus 5 will give you 1. And 4 plus 1 is 5. I circled it because that is the answer, 5 cups. You don't have to circle it, but I'm just showing that's how I got the answer. Raisins, 2.5 cup. Now you're making for dad and mom both together, so twice the recipe. So 2 plus 2, you have to add 2.5 plus 2.5. So first add the whole numbers, then add the fractions, and then rename if you need to. So 2 plus 2 is 4. That's how you got 4. and half plus 1, it is 1/4 plus 1/4, that will be 2/4. Okay, it's not half. I'm sorry, I should have erased it. I don't want to go erase that too. But you boys and girls, the raisin is 2 1/4, and that's why it's got 4 2/4 is the answer. Number 3, chocolate chips. 2 1/3 plus 2 1/3 is 2 plus 2 is 4, and then 1/3 plus 1/3 will be 2/3. So the answer is 4 2/3. Pretzel. 1 2/3 plus 1 2/3. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4/3 is an improper fraction, so you have to rename it. Rename means it's an improper fraction. 4/3, that is a 3 inside the 4, so you will take that out and you'll group it. That will become 3 1/3. So using this method, do page 258. First, double the whole number. Second, double the fraction. Number 3, rename the fraction only if needed. And if you have any questions, I'll answer at Zoom. Good luck and try your best. That's all matters. And Ms. Green is proud of your work. Bye now. See you later.